Be collected. No more amazement. Tell your piteous heart there's no harm done.
Oh, woe day!
No harm. I have done nothing but in care of thee. Of thee, my dear one, of thee, my daughter, who art ignorant of what thou art, and not knowing of whence I am, nor that I am more better than Prospero, master of a full cell, and thy no greater father.
Lord, to know did never matter with my thoughts.
'Tis time I should inform thee farther. Lie there, my heart. Wipe thou thine eyes, have comfort. The direful spectacle of the wreck, which touched the very virtue of compassion in me, I have with such provision in my heart, so safely ordered that no soul, no, not so much perdition as a hair betide on any creature in the vessel which thou sawest sink. Sit down, for thou must now go farther.
You have often begun to tell me what I am, but then stopped and left me to a bootless inquisition, concluding stay, not yet.
The hour's now come. Canst thou remember a time before we came unto this cell? I do not think thou canst, for then thou wast not 3 years old.
Certainly, sir, I can.
By what? Of anything the image telling has kept of thy remembrance.
'Tis far off and more like a dream than an assurance. Had I not 4 or 5 women that once tended to me?
Thou hadst, Miranda, and more. What seest thou else in the dark and backward abysm of time?
Nothing else, Father.
12 years since, Miranda, 12 years since, thy father was the Duke of Milan and a prince of power.
Sir, are you not my father?
Thy mother was a piece of virtue, and she said thou wast my daughter. And thy father was the Duke of Milan, and thou, his only heir and princess, no worse issue.
What foul play had we that we came from thence? Or blessed was we did?
Both, my girl. By foul play, as thou sayest, were we heaved thence, but blessedly holp hither.
Oh, my heart believes of the teen I have turned you to, which is from my remembrance. Please you farther.
My brother and thine uncle, called Antonio, I pray thee mark me, that a brother should be so perfidious. He, whom next to thyself of all the world I love, and to him put the manage of my state, as at that time, through all the signories it was the first, and Prospero, the prime duke, being so reputed in dignity for the liberal arts, without a parallel, those being all my studies, and the government I cast upon my brother being transported and racked in secret studies. Thy false uncle, dost thou tend me?
Sir, most heedfully.
I pray thee mark me. I, thus neglecting worldly ends, all dedicated to the closeness and bettering of my mind, awaked in my false brother an evil nature. My trust, like a good parent, did beget of him any falsehood. Contrary, as great as my trust was, he did believe he was in fact the Duke of Milan, by substitution and executing the outwardly face of royalty as his prerogative. Hence his ambition growing. Dost thou hear?
Your tale, sir, would cure deafness.
To have no screen between the part he played and him he played it for, his needs will be absolute Milan. Me, poor man, my library was dukedom large enough. Of temporal loyalties he now thinks me incapable. Confederates, so dry he was forsway, with the Queen of Naples to give him annual tribute, do him homage, and subject the coronet to his crown, and bend the dukedom unbowed. Alas, poor Milan, to most ignoble stooping.
Oh, the heavens!
Mark his condition and the event, and tell me if this might be a brother.
I should sin to think but nobly of my grandmother. Good wombs have borne bad sons.
Now the condition. The Queen of Naples, being an enemy of mine inveterate, hearkens my brother's suit, which was to extirpate me and mine out of the dukedom. A treacherous army levied one midnight, and fated to the purpose did Antonio open up the gates of Milan, and in the dead of darkness, the ministers fated to the purpose hurried thence. Me and thy crying self.
Alack, for pity! I, not remembering how I cried then, shall cry it over again.
Hear a little further, and I'll bring thee to the present business, without which this story were most impertinent.
Wherefore did they not that hour destroy us?
Well demanded, wench. My tale provokes that question. Oh, so dear, they durst not, the love my people bore me, set a bloody mark on the business, but with fairer colors painted their foul ends. There, they hurried us aboard a bark, bore us some leagues to sea, and left us to cry to the sea that roared to us, to sigh to the winds, whose pity, sighing back again, did us but loving wrong.
Alack, what trouble was I then to you?
Oh, the cherubim, thou was that which did preserve me. Thou didst smile, infused with fortitude from heaven, which raised in me an undergoing stomach, so that I may bear up against what should ensue.
How came we ashore?
By providence divine, some food we had, and some fresh water we had, that a noble Neapolitan Gonzalo, being then appointed the master of this design, out of his charity did give us. Oh, holy man Gonzalo, knowing how much I loved my books, furnished me from my own library volumes that I prize above my dukedom.
Would I might but ever see that man?
Sit still and hear the last of our sea sorrow. Here have we arrived in this island, and here have I, thy schoolmaster, made thee more profit than other princesses can have more time for vainer hours and tutors not so careful.
Oh, in heavens I thank you for it. But now I pray you, for 'tis still beating in my mind, your reason for raising this sea storm.
Know thus far forth, by a most strange accident have mine enemies arrived on this shore. Here, cease more questions. Thou art inclined to sleep. 'Tis a good dullness, and give it way. I know thou canst not choose. Come, servant, come. I am ready now. Approach me, my Ariel, come.
Oh, hail, great master, great Sir Hail! I come to answer thy greatest pleasure, be it to fly, to swim, to dive into the fire, to answer thy strong bidding task. Ariel, and all his qualities.
Hast thou, spirit, performed to point the tempest that I bade thee?
To every article, on board of the Queen's ship, now on the deck, now on the beast, the waist, in every cabin, I flamed the amazement, the topmast, the yacht, the bowsprit, would I flame distinctly. Jove's lightnings were more sight outrunning, and momentary were not. The most mighty Neptune doth besiege his waves and make his bold waves tremble, yea, his dread trident shake.
Ah, why, that's my spirit. Who was so firm, so constant, that this coil would not infect his reason?
Not a soul. All but mariners plunged into the foaming brine. The Queen's son Ferdinand was the first man that leaped in and cried, "Hell is empty and all the devils are here!"
My brave spirit, but are they, Ariel, safe?
Not a hair perished. On the sustaining garments, not a blemish, but fresher than of old. And as thou badest, may I disperse them among the isle. The Queen's son, whom I left at an odd angle of the isle, cooling his arms in this sad night.
Ariel, thy charge exactly is performed, but there's still more work to be done. What is the time of the day?
midday.
At least 2 glasses. The time twixt 6 and now must by us both be spent most preciously.
Is there more toil? Since thou dost keep me pains, let me remember thee what thou hast promised me, which has not yet been performed.
How now? Moody? What is it thou canst demand?
Liberty.
Before the time be out, no more!
Sir, I prithee, I have done thee no wrong. Make thee no mistakings, told thee no lies, served without grudge or grumbling. Thou did promise to bake me a full year.
Dost thou forget from what a torment I did free thee?
No.
Thou hast, and think it much trouble to tread the ooze of the salt deep, to run on the sharp winds of the north, to do me business in the veins of the earth when it is baked with frost.
No, sir.
Thou liest, malignant thing! Hast thou forgot the damned witch Sycorax, who with age and envy was thrown into a hoop? Hast thou forgot her?
No, sir.
Thou hast. Where was she born? Speak! Tell me.
Sir, Algiers.
Oh, was she so? I must once a month recount what thou hast been through. She was banished from Algiers, for whatever she did, they would not take her life. Is not this true?
Aye, sir.
This hag was hither brought with child, and left here by the sailors. Thou, my slave, as thy reports thyself, wast then her servant. But being a spirit too delicate to act most earthy and abhorred commands, she did confine thee, in her most unmitigable rage, into a cloven pine, within which grip thou didst painfully remain a dozen years, within which space she died and left thee there. Thou did vent thy groans. Thou best knowest what torment I did find thee in. Thy groans did make wolves howl, and penetrated the breasts of ever-angry bears. It was mine art when I arrived here and heard thee that let gape the pine and let thee out.
I thank thee.
If thou dost protest again, I will rend an oak and peg thee in his knotty entrails till thou hast howled away 12 winters.
Pardon, master. I will be correspondent to command. Keep my spirit in gentle.
Do so. And after 2 days I will discharge thee.
That's my noble master! What shall I do? Say what shall I do?
Go make thyself like a nymph of the sea. Be subject to no sight but thine and mine, invisible to every eyeball else. Go. Yes, with diligence. Awake, dear heart, awake.
Oh, the strangeness of your story put a heaviness in me.
Shake it off. Come, let us visit Caliban, my slave, who never yields us kind answer.
'Tis a villain, sir, I do not love to look on.
But as 'tis we cannot miss him. He does make our fire, fetch us in our wood, and serves us in offices that profit us. What ho, Caliban, my slave, thou earth, thou! Speak!
There's water not within.
Oh, thou most poisonous slave, brought by the devil himself, upon thy wicked dam, come forth!
As wicked dew as ere my mother brushed with raven's feather
from unwholesome fen. Drop on you both! A southwest blow on ye, and blister you all over.
For this be sure, tonight thou shalt be pinched, each pinch more stinging than the bees that made them.
I must eat my dinner. This island's mine, by sycorax my mother, which thou takest from me. When thou camest first, thou strokest me, and madest much of me, wouldst give me water with berries in it, and teach me how to name the bitter light, and how the less that burn by day and night. And then I loved thee, and showed thee all the qualities of the isle, the fresh springs, brine pits, barren place, and fern. Cursed be I that did so, for I am all the charms that you have, which first was mine own island.
Oh, thou most lying slave! I treated thee, filth as thou art, with humane care. I had thee lodged in mine own cell, till thou didst seek to violate the honor of my child.
When it had been done, thou didst prevent me. I was people, else this isle with caravans.
Oh, thou most abhorrent slave! I took pains to make thee speak. Each hour taught thee one thing or other. Thou wert most deservedly confined in this rock, when thou didst deserve more than a prison.
You taught me language, and my profit on it is I know how to curse. The red plate ready for learning me your language.
Proceed hence. Go, fetch us in our fuel and be quick. If thou dost neglect or dost unwillingly what I command, I will rack thy body with cramps, fill all thy bones with aches, and make thee roar, that even beasts shall tremble at thy din.
No! Pray! I must obey him, for his orders of such great power.
Say what thou seest.
Goddess? Spirit? Believe me, it carries a brave form, but it is a spirit.
No, wench. It eats and sleeps and has such senses as we have. This gallant figure which thou seest was in the wreck, and you might call him a goodly person, for he has lost his fellows and strays about the isle to find them.
Might call nothing divine, for nothing normal I ever saw so noble.
Vouchsafe my prayer, for you are a goddess, and that you will some good instruction give how I may bear it. My prime request, which I do last pronounce, is, oh, you wonder, if you be maid or no?
No goddess, nor wonder, but certainly a maid.
My language, heavens! I'm the best of them that speaks the speech, or I prefer to spoken.
Ha! The best? What were thou if the Queen of Naples were to hear thee?
Single thing as I am now, it wonders to hear thee speak of Naples. She does hear me, and that she does I weep. Myself and Naples, who with mine eyes, never since it had beheld her queen, my mother wrecked.
Oh, alack for mercy!
Yes, faith, and all his lords, the Duke of Milan.
One word, sir. I fear you do yourself so wrong.
Why speaks my father so ungently? This is the third man ever I saw, the first ever I sighed for. Pity won't my father to be inclined my way?
Oh, if a virgin and your affection not gone forth, I'll make you the Queen of Naples.
One word, sir. They are both in either's powers, but this swift business I must uneasy make, lest the winning be light, the prize be light also. I charge thee, sir, that you have come to this island as a spy to win it from me. The on it.
No, as I am a man.
There's nothing ill can dwell in such a temple.
Do not speak for him. He is a traitor. Come, I'll manacle thy neck and feet. Salt water shalt thou drink, and for food, the fresh brook mussels. Come, follow.
No, I will resist such entertainment till my enemy has more power.
Oh, dear father, make not too rash your trial of him, for he's gentle and not fearful.
Come, put up thy sword. Who maketh a show and darest not strike? I here with this stick can disarm thee and make thy weapon drop.
Proceed you, father.
Hence, hang not on my garments.
Have pity, I'll be his surety.
Speaking on behalf of a traitor, thou thinks that there is no such shape as he, having seen only but him in Caliban. To most men he is a Caliban, and they to him are angels.
My affections are most humble. I have no ambition to see a goodlier man.
Thy nerves are in their infancy, and have no vigor in them.
So they are. Spirits in a dream are all bound up. Others lost. Things which I feel. Lack of all my friends. All this man's threats to whom I'm subdued. What pledged? During my prison, once a day the old was paid. All corners else of the earth with liberty make use of. Space enough to lie in such a prison.
Come, follow.
Be of comfort. My father, sir, is of better nature than he appears by speech. This is unwonted which now came from him.
Speak not for him. Come, follow me.
Madam, be merry. You have cause, so have we all of joy. For our escape is much beyond our loss. Wisely would Madam weigh our sorrow with our comfort.
Pretty, peace.
She receives comfort like cold porridge.
The visitor will not give her nor so.
Please do watch yourselves, therefore, my lady.
Fine, let's spend her to see of his tongue.
Pretty, spare.
Well, I have done, but yet...
She will be talking.
Which of they for a good wager first begins to crow?
The old cock.
The cockerel.
Done. The wager.
A laughter.
A match.
Though this island seemed to be deserted,
So you're paid.
uninhabitable and almost inaccessible.
But here is everything advantageous to life.
Ah, true. Save means to live.
Of that there's none or little.
Look how lush and lusty the grass grows. How green.
The ground indeed is toy.
But the rarity of it is, which is indeed almost beyond credit,
As many vouched rarities are.
that our garments, being as they were drenched in the sea, hold notwithstanding their freshness and glosses, being rather new dyed and stained with salt water. Methinks they are as fresh as when you put them on first in Africa. The marriage of the Queen's fair daughter Clarabelle to the King of Tunis.
'Twas a sweet marriage, and we shall prosper well in our return.
Why, in good time.
Sir, we were talking how our garments seem as fresh as when we were in Africa at the marriage of your daughter, who is now queen.
And the rarest that ever came there.
Is not, sir, my doublet as fresh as the day I wore it? I mean, in a sort.
That sort was well fished for.
I wore it at her daughter's marriage.
You cram these words into my ears against the stomach of my sense. Would I had never married my daughter there, for coming thence my son is lost. And in my rage she too, who is so far removed from Italy, I never again shall see her. Oh, mine heir of Naples and Milan, a strange fish hath made his meal on me.
Ma'am, he may live. I saw him beat the surges under him and ride upon their backs. He trod the water, whose enmity he flung aside. His bold head of the contentious waves he kept, and oared himself in lusty stroke to the shore. I do not doubt he came alive to land.
No, he's gone.
Ma'am, you may thank yourself for this great loss. That would not bless our Europe with your daughter, but rather lose her to an African. Or at least she is banished from your eye, which hath cost to wet the grief on.
Prithee, peace.
We have lost your son, I fear, forever. Milan and Naples have more widows in them of this business is making them we send them to comfort them. The fault's your own.
So is the dearest of loss.
Good Lady Sebastian, the truth you speak doth lack some gentleness and time to speak it in. You rub the sore when you should bring the plaster.
Very well.
It is foul weather when I saw the lady when you are clapping.
Foul weather.
Very foul.
God save her majesty.
Long live the queen.
Prithee, no more. Thou dost talk nothing to me.
I do agree, your highness, and in minister occasions these nobles were of such sensible and nimble lungs that they always used to laugh at nothing.
'Twas you we laughed at.
Who, in this kind of merry fooling, am nothing to you, so you may continue to laugh at nothing still.
What a blow was there given.
And it had not fallen flat wrong.
Oh, you are nobles of brave metal. You would lift the moon out of her sphere if she would continue in its 5 weeks without changing.
Oh, nay, good my lord, be not angry.
No, I warrant you, I will not adventure my discretion so weakly. Will you laugh me asleep? For I am very heavy.
Go sleep and hear us.
What? So soon asleep? I wish mine eyes were with themselves shut up my thoughts. Oh, I find they are inclined to do so.
Please you, ma'am, do not omit the heavy offer of it. It seldom visits sorrow, and when it doth, it is a comforter.
We too, my lady, will guard your person as you take your rest and watch your safety.
Thank you. Oh, wondrous heavy.
Oh, what a strange drowsiness possesses them.
Oh, it's the quality of the climate.
Why doth not then our eyelids sink? I find myself not disposed to sleep.
Nor I. My spirits are nimble. My strong imagination sees a crown jumping upon thy head.
Oh, what? Art thou waking?
Do not hear me speak?
I do, and surely it is a sleepy language, and thou speakest not of thy sleep. What is it thou didst say? Oh, this is a strange repose, to be asleep with eyes wide open, standing, speaking, moving, yet so fast asleep.
But will Sebastian, thou lettest thy fortune sleep, die rather, while thou art waking.
Thou dost snore distinctly. There's meaning in thy snores.
I am more serious than my custom. You must be so thrilled with heed me, which to do troubles thee over.
Well, I am standing water.
I'll teach you to flow.
Do so. To ebb.
Oh, if you but knew the purpose cherished while thus you mock it. By stripping me, you more invest it.
Prithee, say on. The setting of thine eye and cheek proclaim a matter to be, and a birth indeed which throws much appeal.
Although this lord of weak remembrance, the spirit of persuasion professes only to persuade the queen her son's alive. 'Tis as impossible that he's undrowned as he who sleeps here swims.
I have no hope he's undrowned.
Oh, but out of that no hope, what great hope have you? No hope that way is another way so high a hope. Will you grant with me that Ferdinand is drowned?
He's gone.
Then tell me, who is the next heir of Naples?
Clarabelle.
She that dwells 10 leagues beyond man's life? She that from Naples can have no known scent and short of a month of her current dwelling?
What stuff is this? How say you? 'Tis true, my sister's daughter's queen of Tunis, which makes her the next heir of Naples. Twixt which regions there is some space.
That seems to cry out, how shall this Clarabelle measure us back to Naples? Keep in Tunis and let Sebastian wait. Say it were death that hath seized them. Why, they are no worse than now they are. She that can rule Naples is as she that sleeps. As for this Gonzalo, I myself could make do. Oh, bore you the mind that I do. What a sleep with this for your advancement. Do you understand me?
Methinks I do.
And how does your content tender your own good fortune?
I remember you did supplant your brother Prospero.
True. And look how well his garments sit upon me.
But for your conscience.
And realize that. I feel not this deity in my bosom. There lies your sister, no better than the earth she lies upon. If she were for what now she's like, that's dead. For I, with this obedience still, 3 inches of it can lay the pet forever. They'll take your suggestion as a cat note. They'll tell the clock any business that we say we fix the hour.
Thy case, dear friend, shall be my precedent. As thou dost Milan, I'll come by Naples. Draw thy sword, and one stroke shall free thee from the tribute that thou payest, and I, the queen, shall love thee.
Draw together. And when I bring my hands, do you delight to fall out on Gonzalo?
Oh, but one word!
My master through his office will see the danger that you, his friend, is in, and sends me forth, or his project dies to keep you living!
Now, good angels, return the queen!
Why have no hope? Why are you drawn?
Miles, we sit here secure in your repose. Even now there was a hollow burst of bellowing like bulls, lions rather. But did not wake you, struck my ear most terribly.
I heard nothing.
Oh, 'twas the thing to fright a monster's ear, to make an earthquake. Sure, it was the roar of a whole herd of lions.
Heard you this, Gonzalo?
Upon mine honor, madam, I did hear a humming, a strange one at that, which did wake me. I shook you and cried, and as mine eyes opened, I saw the weapons drawn. 'Tis best we stand upon our guard, or that we quit this place.
Lead off this ground, and let's make further search for my poor son.
Heavens keep him from these beasts, for he is sure that.
Lead away.
What for, my lord, shall know what I have done? So go on, queen, safely, to seek thine son.
To be or not to be? That... All the infections that the sun sucks up from bogs, figs, flax, unprosper for, and make him by its meal a disease! The spirits hear me. And yet I need but curse! But they'll not pinch, frighten me with urchin shows, pinch me into mire, or lead me like a firebrand in the dark unless he bid. But for every trifle, or they set upon me sometime like hedgehogs, which lie tumbling in my barefoot way, and round their pricks at my footfall. Sometimes am I all wound with adders, who with cloven tongues do hiss me into madness. Here comes the spirit of his, and to torment me for bringing one in slowly, I'll fall flat. Perchance she will not mind me.
Here's neither bush nor shrub to bear honey weather at all. Another storm brewing. If it thunders as it did before, I know not where to hide my head. Look up here. A man or a fish? Dead or alive? A fish. He smells like a fish. A very ancient and fish-like smell. Were I even now as it once was and had but this fish painted, there would this monster make a man, any strange beast there makes a man. They will not give a coin to relieve a late beggar. They will lazy out 10 to see a dead Indian. I let loose my pinion, hold it no longer. This is no fish, but an islander that hath lately suffered by a thunderbolt. Alas! The storm has come again. I should creep under his gabardine. There are no other shelters hereabout. Misery acquaints a man with strength, bedfellows. I will shroud here till the dregs of the storm be past.
The master, the swab, the boatswain and I, the cutter and his mate, loved Moll, Meg, and Marion and Marjorie, but none of us cared for Kate, for she had a tongue with a tang, would cry to a sailor, go hang. She loved not the savor of tar nor of pitch, and a tailor may scratch her where'er she did itch, then to sea, boys, and to let her go hang. This is a scurvy choo-choo, but here is no one. Oh,
Do not torment me! Oh!
what's the matter? Have we devils here? And do you wish tricks upon us, huh? Did I have not escaped drowning to be afeard now of your forelegs? For it had been said, as proper a man as ever went on forelegs cannot make him give ground, and it shall be said so again while Stephanie breathes at his nostrils.
The spirit torments me! Oh!
This is some monster of the isle with 4 legs. Where the devil should he learn our language? I'll give him some relief if it be but for that. If I can recover him and keep him tame, he's a present for any emperor that ever trod on its leather.
Do not torment me. Prithee, I'll bring my whip home faster.
He's in his fit now and does not talk after the wisest. He shall taste of my bottle. If he had ever drunk wine afore, we'll go near to remove his fit.
Thou dost me yet but little hurt. Thou wilt numb. I know it by thy trembling. Now prosper works upon thee!
Come on your ways. Open your mouth. This is that which will give language to you, cat. Open your mouth. This is that which will shake your shaking. That I can tell you soundly. You do not know who is your friend. Open your chops again.
I should know that voice. It should be, oh, but she is drowned. Oh, defend me.
4 legs and 2 voices. A most delicate monster. His forward voice is to speak well of his friend, while his backward voice is to utter foul speeches and to detract. If all the wine in my bottle shall recover him, I will help him. Come in, and I will force him in thy other mouth. Send me! Doth thy other mouth call me? Mercy, mercy, this is a devil and no monster. I will leave him.
Stephanie, if thou be Stephanie, touch me and speak to me. First Tricula, be not of your name, good friend Tricula.
If thou be Stricula, come forth. I shall pull thee by the lesser legs. If any be Tricula's legs, these are then. Thou art very Tricula indeed. How camest thou to be the siege of this moon-calf?
I took him to be killed by a thunderstroke. If the storm were blown, I hid me under the dead moon-calf's gabardine for fear of the storm. And art thou living, Stephanie, oh Stephanie!
Oh, prithee, do not turn me about. My stomach is not yet constant. Oh,
These be fine things, and if they be not sprites, that's a brave god and beer celestial liquor. I will kneel to her.
here, swear how thou escapest. How didst thou come hither? Here, swear by the bottle how thou escapest. I escaped upon a butt of sack which the sailors heaved overboard, and by this bottle, which I made of my own hands from the bark of a tree since I was cast ashore.
I'll swear upon that bottle and be me thy true subject, for the liquor is not earthly.
Here, where that come out of Tempest? Swim ashore, man like duck. I can swim like a duck. I'll be sworn. Here, kiss the book. Thou canst swim like a duck, but thou art made like a goose. Has any more of that? The whole watchwoman, my cellar, is in a rock by the seaside where my wine is hid. How now, mooncat?
Hast thou not dropped from heaven?
Out of the moon I do assure thee. There was the man in the moon one time was.
I have seen thee in her, and I do adore thee. My mistress showed me thee, and thy dog, and thy bush.
Here, come, kiss the book. And I will furnish it anon with new contents, swear. By this good light, a very weak monster, I appeared of him. A very shallow monster, the man in the moon.
I'll show thee every fertile inch of the island, and I will kiss thy foot. I prithee, be my God.
By this light, a most perfidious and drunken monster. When God's asleep, he'll rob his bottle.
I'll kiss thy foot. I'll swear myself thy subject.
Come on then, dare and swear. I shall laugh myself to death at this puppy-headed monster, a most scurvy monster. Here, come kiss. That the poor monster's in drink, an abominable monster.
I'll show thee the best springs. I'll plug thee berries. I'll fish for thee. I'll get thee wood enough. I'll play upon the tyrant that I serve for. I'll bear him no more sticks, but follow thee, thou wondrous woman.
A most ridiculous monster.
I prithee, let me bring thee where crabs grow, and I with my long nails will dig thee pig nuts, show thee a jay's nest, and instruct thee how to snare the nimble marmoset. I'll bring thee to clustering filberts, and sometimes I'll get the young scambles from the rock. Wilt thou go with me?
Prithee, lead the way with no further talking. Trincula, the queen and all our company else being drowned, we shall inherit here. Bear my bottle, fellow Trincula, we'll fill him by and by again.
No more dams I'll make for fish, nor scrape, trencher, nor wash dish. Ban, ban, Calaban has a new master, got a new woman, freedom. Heyday, freedom, freedom.
Sports are painful, and the labor of lightning sets off. This, my mean task, would be as heavy to me as odious. The mistress which I serve makes my labors pleasures. Oh, she is 10 times more gentle than our father's craft, and he's composed of harshness. Oh, I must gather up some thousands of these logs and pile them up. On a sewing junction, the lady weeps when she sees me work. I do forget, but these sweet thoughts do even refresh my labors, most busy lesson than I do it.
Alas, pray you, work not so hard. I would the lightning had burnt up these logs you are enjoying the pile. Pray set it down and rest you. My father is hard in study. Pray rest yourself. He is safe for these 3 hours.
Oh, noble mistress, the sun will set before I shall discharge of what I must strive to do.
If you're bear your logs down, I'll carry them for a while. Give them to me and I will bring them to the pile.
Teacher, I would rather crack my sins, break my back than you should such dishonor undergo, while I sit lazy by.
It would become me as it does you, and I shall do it with much more ease, for my good goes to it, and yours is against it.
Oh, poor worm. Thou art infected. This visitation shows it.
You look warily.
No, noble mistress, 'tis fresh morning with me where you are at by night. I do beseech you, chiefly that I may set it in my prayers. What is your name?
Miranda. Oh, Father, I've broken
indeed the top of admiration. Oh, you so perfect and so peerless, created of every creature's best.
I do not know more than I may call man than you, my good friend, my dear father. How features are abroad I am skillless of, but by my modesty the jewel in my dower. I would not wish any companion than you, nor can imagination form such a shape. Besides yourself, till I go.
I am in my condition a prince, Loretta, a king. I would not so, and would no longer endure this wooden slavery than to suffer the flesh fly blow my mouth. For your sake, I am this patient bogman.
Do you love me?
Oh, heaven, oh, earth, bear witness to the sounding crown. Oh, what I profess with kind event, if ever I speak true. I, beyond all limit, do love, prize, honor you.
Oh, I am a fool to weep of what I am glad of.
Oh, wherefore weep you?
Mine unworthiness, which dare not offer what I shall desire to give, what just take what I shall die to want. Oh, but this is trifling, and the more it seeks to hide itself, the bigger bulk it shows. Hence, bashful cunning, oh plain and holy innocence. I am your wife, if you will marry me. If not, I'll die your maid, to be your fellow. You may deny me, but I will be your servant, whether you will or no.
Oh, my noble mistress, dearest, and I thus humble ever.
My husband, then?
Aye, with a heart as willing as your own, here's my hand.
And mine, with my heart in it. Now farewell till half an hour hence.
I'll go to my book. Ere before supper time, there's still more work to be done.
Shall not weep. When the bunch is out, you shall drink water and not a drop before. Therefore, bear up and pour them. Servant monster, drink to me.
Servant monster! The folly of this island. They say there are but 5 upon this island. We are 3 of them. If the other 2 be brave, the state totters.
Law, how she mocks me. Will thou matter, my lord?
Lord! Well, that monster should be such a natural.
Lo, lo, again, bite to death, I prithee.
Trincula, keep a good tongue in thy head. If thou throws mutineer, the next tree. The poor monster is my subject, and he shall not suffer any indignity.
Thank my noble lord. As I've told you before, I am subject to a tyrant, a sorcerer, that by his cunning hath cheated me of the island.
Thou liest!
Thou liest, thou jesting monkey, thou! I would my valiant master would destroy the island. You cannot lie.
Trincula, trouble him any more in snail and bite in his hand. I shall supplant some of your teeth.
Why, I said nothing.
Mum then, and no more. Proceed.
I say, by sorcery he got this isle. For me, he got it. In thy greatness will revenge it on him, for I know thou darest, but this thing dare not.
That's most certain.
Thou shalt be lord, and I'll serve thee.
How now shall this be compassed? Canst thou bring me to their party?
Yea, my lord. I'll yield him thee asleep, where thou mayst knock a nail into his head.
Thou liest, thou canst not.
What a fine min is this, thou scurvy patch? I do beseech your greatness. Give her blows, and take her bottle from her. When that's gone, she shall dream not but bride, for I'll not show her where the quick fresh is arm.
Trincula, running to no further danger. Trincula, running to no further danger. The poor monster, she is my subject, and you shall not suffer any indignity.
Why, what did I did nothing. I'll stand for it.
Oh, didst thou not say he lied?
Thou liest.
Do I so? Take thou that, and ask you like this, give me the lie another time.
I did not give the lie out of your wits and bearing too. A pulse on your bottle. Oh, this consent to I'll read on your mouth and the devil take your face.
Now, forward with your tale.
I told thee before, 'tis a custom with them in the afternoon to sleep. There thou mayst brain him or with a log, batter his skull, or pound him with a stick, or cut his weasel with thy knife. Remember first, to possess his books, for without them he's but a sot as I am, nor hath not one spare to command his bride utensils, for so he calls them.
Monster, I will kill this man. For on this island I shall be queen, and Trinculine thyself shall be my viceroys. Dost thou like the plot, Trincula?
Excellent.
Come, give me thy hand. I am sorry I beat thee, but while thou livest, keep a good tongue in thy head.
Within this half hour will he be asleep. Wilt thou destroy him then?
Aye, on mine honor.
I have their plot. And this I will tell my master.
Thou makest me merry. I am full of pleasure. Let us be jocund. Will you throw the catch you taught me but while there?
At thy request, monster, I will do reason, any reason. Come on, Trincula.
Oh, forgive me my sins!
Be not afeard. The isle is full of noises, sounds, and sweet airs that give the light to not fear. Sometimes 1,000 twangling instruments, and sometimes voices that if I then had waked after a long sleep, would make me sleep again.
This will be a great kingdom to me, where I shall have my music for nothing.
When Prospero is destroyed!
I remember the story. The sound is going away. Let's follow it after to our work.
Lead, monster. We'll follow.
Go no further, madam. My old bones ache. Please, I needs must rest me.
O Lord, I cannot blame thee, when I myself attached with weariness. For the dulling of my spirit, sit down and rest. Even here I will prof my hope for my flatterer. He who we straight to find is drowned. Well, let him go.
I recollect she so unappropriate. Do not know repulse, but will the purpose to resolve the effect.
Next advantage we will take thoroughly.
Let it be tonight. They're so oppressed with travel. They will not nor cannot do such vigilance when they are fresh.
I say tonight no more. Solemn. Strange. Music.
What harmony is this? My good friend's harp.
Sweet, marvelous music.
Heavens! Timekeepers! What are these?
A living drawing. Now I will believe that there are unicorns in that Arabia.
I'll believe it. And what does else when credit come to me that we sworn 'tis true? Travelers never did lie. But fools at home condemn them.
In Naples I can report this. Believe me? If I should say I saw such creatures, though they are of a monstrous shape yet notes, the manners are more gentle climes than of our human generation, where you will find many, nay, almost any.
Oh, fairly spoke, honest lord, for some of you there present are worse than devils.
They have left their bodies behind, for we have stomachs. Will please you taste what is here?
Not I.
Be not afraid. When we were children, who would have believed that they were spirits, be they good or bad? Surely spirits who are kinder than humans are kinder to be trusted.
I will stand to thee. Although my last no matter, since I feel the best is past. Sister, stand to and to his feet.
You are free, men of sin! From destiny! There was in the making of the world! And what is in it? But never so great seed has come from out of you! has diminished one dowel that is in my bloom. But remember, for that's my business to you. Leaders from a land that's a black and what growth. Exposed at the sea which has required. And impossible, but legal in position. What's that any done?
Bravely the figure of this army has self-performed my aerial. I'll leave them to their distractions, and I shall go visit young Ferdinand, whom they suppose it is drowned.
Strange stare.
Oh, it is monstrous, monstrous. God, the winds have thundered and sing it to me. The name of prosper. Therefore, my son, if the ruse is bedded, and I'll seek it deeper than ever. Plummet sounded and rid him there lie mudded.
We must be good time, I'll fight your legions over!
I'll be thy second.
Three of them are desperate. Their great guilt and poison did to work a time over.